We're here today with cool Missy.
Hello.
She's mystic, she's rooted, and she's wild.
That is a show that is coming up on July 16th.
July 16th is that one. Okay, and that's scheduled to be like a recurring thing, right?
I'm not sure. This is going to be the first.
See how the first one goes.
Yeah, I think it's like we're just going to pull off this show. It's like an all-female showcase, and going to see how it goes.
So this one started as like a spin-off from the Hometown Sounds, right? With Crosswalk Entertainment?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you tell the story of like how were you approached to do this?
Well, obviously through Tina. Like Tina is the owner of Crosswalk Entertainment in that way, and she came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to do this show?" We've actually had a plan to do a show like over a year ago to do an all-female showcase, but it just hasn't gotten to work out in terms of the scheduling. So this is kind of that plan coming together a year later.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've kind of known about this for about a year, so like I've just been like, is it gonna happen? I hope it still happens. But no, it's happening still. So yeah, we've got a good little bill going, and I'm excited. Like I'm gonna be hosting for the first time. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, this is your first event that you're like running the show here.
Yeah,
isn't it?
like as I hosted once, but it was like for kind of like a school kind of little project. So I've never actually hosted anything other than school project.
What was the school project you hosted? Was I there for that?
No, I don't think so. But it was genre swap for my first year. It was called genre swap. I don't know. I don't think you were there. I would have.
That might have been before I was doing the camera stuff.
Yeah, maybe because
I did the last 2 years of that. But then was that 3 years back now?
Yeah, it would be 3 years because that would have been in my first year. So it might have been a little bit before.
I guess before this place was open then.
It was open, but maybe before we met.
But like you didn't do it here. I know that.
Yeah, no. Huh. They did it at 2200 North.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shagwell's on the Ridge.
Yeah.
Someone's going to message me and say, don't call it that. I don't care. That's what it's called.
Oh.
Like that bar, it used to be called Shagwell's on the Ridge. Then it turned into Simcoe House Ale and Grill as SHAG Shag.
Okay.
So like they were trying to keep the name, and then We gave up on that. It's just 2200 North.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Like,
it
that's
is.
the trend of, like, there's a lot of buildings that are just named with, like, the address,
Yeah.
right? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, no, I do, yeah. I've been in Oshawa now for like 3 years, so I've been noticing these little Oshawa things. Like, I've lived in Durham region for most of my life, but yeah, like, I'm still getting accustomed, well, I guess I am now, but still getting accustomed to all the little Oshawa quirks.
Well, that's one of the funny things with, like, I'd call them, like, the Oshawa townies, like, the people who grew up here from the time they were born. And they're like, well, how long have you been in Oshawa for? I'm like, 10 years. Like, oh, you're still new here.
Oh gosh, I must be a tiny, tiny baby.
Yeah, like, no, you're still figuring out the city 10 years in. Like, what? I don't know. I think I know my place. I know my way around this place. I think.
Right.
Maybe.
I've gotten better with it. The one-way streets, I mean, they used to get me, but we're good now. I know what I'm doing.
That's a mistake you make once and only once, I think.
Yeah. Fair enough,
I know. I turned south in front of Cork and Bean once, and it was well, you just realize that, like, you're looking at the back of all the street signs. You're like, oh, I've done something wrong here.
That's fair. I don't think I've ever gotten that deep in.
No?
No.
You were careful then.
I am. I'm a careful driver. I do my best. I do my best.
This is what we were talking about before we went on, that Mel takes great pride in being very careful.
I was, like, I don't know if we're getting deep, but I got in, like, a car accident maybe 4 years ago now, and ever since that, maybe it's kind of shaken me up a little bit, so I'm a little bit like, oh, on the road, a little careful.
Drive like old lady.
Yeah, literally, like, my seat's all the way up to the front. I'm like, people are like, you want to move your seat back a bit? I'm like, no, I like driving like this. I don't know.
Literally never touches the gas pedal. She just, like, takes her foot off the brake and coasts.
Exactly.
Even on the 401 at 5 kilometers an hour.
Exactly, yeah, 5 kilometers. That's happened to me before. My car stalled out at like 4 a.m. on a drive home once.
No.
And I had to, it wouldn't go any higher than, I don't think 30 kilometers an hour. I had my hazard lights on, and there was a tow truck following me the whole time behind me. Like, he was just ready. He was just ready to pull me over. He's like, this sucker.
Call me.
Yeah. He's like, I'm like, I don't have this money for you, man. I'm gonna make it home. Like, I was like, there's no way.
Like, if it dies,
like,
I'm
I'm
just
surprised he
walking
didn't
home
call
the
the
rest
cops
of the
on
way.
me. Like, it was intense. Like, I was driving home from Mississauga to my Oshawa house, but I
All
can
the
only
way from
make
Mississauga across the city.
and I can't remember when it stalled out, but it wasn't good. It stalled out like pretty out in the west. Let's say Scarborough. And I'm still driving with this stalled car. And I was like, all right, well, my parents live in Ajax. It's 4 a.m. I'm going to drive my car there. So I drove my car to my parents' house and took a nap and waited until my dad woke up, which is early, like 6, you know.
Sure.
So I was like, I'm on the driveway. My car is screwed up. My dad helps me with my car. So I was like, at least I made it. I somehow made it all the way to my house, but it was intense. Yeah. Intense drive. Tow truck didn't even call the cops on me. Didn't even have to tow me over.
I don't think they can call the cops for being too slow.
I don't know. Yeah, and it was like 4 a.m. So the highway was really slow. So, or there was not many cars on the road. So
Right. I think the bigger concern there is, like, are you drunk? And, like, that's why you're going really slow, because you think it makes you safe from the cops.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, no, but yeah, it just stalled out. I don't know. Yeah. No, we fixed the problem though. My car still works.
Same
Still
car?
the same car, yep.
Okay.
2009 Honda Fit Sport. She's getting old.
She's trusty.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're on last legs for sure.
Okay. So you play music, don't you?
I do. I'm not just a car driver.
No, just a car driver. That's why I had you on, actually, is your experience with automobiles.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do music, yes.
So, okay, because I've seen you playing guitar, and your main thing is you're a singer.
Sang, yes, that's my main thing, chicken wing.
Sing.
I sang.
She rips, in fact.
Do. In vocal version.
Yeah.
Yeah, vocal rips.
Vocal rips.
Vocal rips.
Yeah, I guess you can rip on any instrument, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're what's the word to describe Cool Missy's singing? like loud and intense is, I guess, the first kind of thought.
My mom would say the same. No.
Well,
No.
no, you take like the dynamics of it to a really intense place, I think is a good way of saying it.
Fair
right?
enough, yeah.
But like you're screaming, but you're not screaming like metal screaming,
No.
right? It's more of a controlled wail.
Yes. Correct. That's a good way of describing it. Yeah, because I don't actually, I don't think I would consider myself knowing how to professionally do a proper scream. Like, I respect those that can. But yeah, it's definitely, I've done some vocal training, but I haven't vocal trained myself to properly scream. So when I do my little wails, it's just sort of at my capacity of what I can do where it doesn't hurt. And then I let myself go at that point, yeah.
So, like, how did you get into, like, training as a vocalist?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not a step a lot of people end up taking here.
Yeah. So I guess singing was always something that I just liked doing. Like, if, like people like drawing, people like doing videos and pictures and stuff. But I just always just liked singing, just the feeling of it, just doing it. Even when I was a kid, even if it sucked, I just did it all the time. So I would join choirs at school, or any singing thing possible, I would join.
Okay.
So I guess I just surrounded myself in a singing environment and started developing my voice. And then in high school, grade 9, 10, and I think 11, I can't remember if it was 11, but definitely grade 9 and 10, I took vocals class as an elective, which was like one of my favorite classes. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, if I can take just a singing, there was the instrumental one and the singing one. I was like, I'm taking the singing class. Like, so had more practice there in my high school, J. Clark Richardson, Ajax. There was vocal rooms that were quiet rooms or so I was able to experiment with my screaming, wailing for the first time in my life, because it was obviously something I couldn't do at home. It's not something, and especially when you're training the wailing at first, it doesn't sound great. So yeah, I didn't want to be screaming in my room where my neighbors can hear, and my mom's like, stop. I'm like, all right. So I had these beautiful rooms that were quiet and like secluded, and I would use them a lot. I'd go on lunch breaks, and you can go in those rooms during lunch, and I would sing. And that's where I actually picked up a guitar too for the first time and tried to just fiddle with it. So I was around 16, fiddling with the guitar and singing at the same time for the first time. And
well, that's a funny thing how, like, really the barrier to entry with a lot of instruments is just having a room where you can play it at the right volume.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I also do saxophone. Cool. And, like, yeah, I can't play that in my apartment.
Fair.
Right? Like, and I think in high school, these kinds of things are just available and you take it for granted.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you realize, oh, like, that was a really nice thing that I had there, right?
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, I got to experience, like, everything there. Like, I think for my vocals exam in grade 10, it was, we got to record 2 or 3 songs, and then they were put on a CD for you to be able to keep.
Okay.
So I still have it as, like, 2012 Melissa's AMV, whatever it was called.
Oh, Melissa.
Yeah, I know.
You never hear her call herself that.
I know. Actually, in high school, my nickname used to be Linus. People used to call me by my last name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But, people knew me as Melissa. And I actually went by Mel in college. But anyways, yeah.
She reinvented herself. And then she reinvented herself again.
It's true. Every time there was a new environment, I definitely always found a chance to reinvent myself. I was like, okay, high school. No one knows me. All of the people that were mean are going to the other school. Like, I'm good to go. Like, I can literally be anything that I want. And I started experimenting like no tomorrow. And no one said anything, and it was beautiful. And then college was the same thing. And then I like cut my hair off, and like, we went on an identity crisis there, and like started experimenting all over the place. But yeah, it was fun.
College is meant to trigger identity crises, I think.
Definitely. And I lived on res for 3 years too, so that was the first time in my life I've moved away from my parents, and I had the ability to be on my own, so to speak, and it was a beautiful freedom that I'll always. It was a privilege that I had, and it was a great experience. I met a lot of my friends from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's always one of those things that I think when it goes well, it goes really well, but it goes very poorly for some, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the res experience.
It can, yeah.
Right? Because I know a bunch of people who just went completely nuts in their first year of freedom, right?
No, it's true. Yeah, too many, down the wrong path, I'll say.
The wrong path. Yeah, we're keeping it PG here.
yeah. I've seen some stuff, and they've gone down the wrong way. Yeah.
Damn kids drinking alcohol and stuff.
That is one of the things.
That's one of the things.
That
fill in the rest with your imagination.
Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Getting PG. Even though I got a Bud Light in front of me. PG.
Right? So, okay, you were talking about getting into guitar, though.
Yes.
As an offshoot from, like, doing vocals.
Yes. Yes, because, like, I guess I've always felt, like, what's the word? Like, it's, like, kind of bare without anything else. Like, I've always been pro, let's just be a singer. But I guess growing up, you see a lot of singers that I'm inspired by. At least I saw a lot of singers that I was inspired by. They knew how to play either piano or guitar.
Sure.
So I'm like, all right, maybe I just can't be a singer. Maybe I gotta level up at some point. So that's kind of what motivated me to learn. I was like, the people that I saw that inspired me, like, play piano or guitar, and I do both, but I'm not as good at piano. But I did pick up piano around the same time when I was 16, and guitar, and I was learning them both at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been playing since, but not piano.
I think, okay, because there's two different ways to look at it. There's like, I'm trying to be in a band versus I'm trying to do stuff on my own, maybe sometimes with other people, right? So like, if you're being in a band, then just being a singer works.
Yeah.
Right? But like, you can't just stand on the stage and only sing. I guess you can do the backing track thing, and people do it, but it doesn't have the same impact, I guess, right?
I agree, and that's what I've noticed too. Like, it's like, yeah, like even with like my inspiration, Avril Lavigne, like she plays guitar sometimes when she's on the stage singing and stuff. So I'll think of things like that. I'm like, it's just an extra skill that is just, I think, appreciated. So it's something that I'm trying to level up. Like, I'm taking guitar lessons at Long and McQuaid right now. And it's like I'm trying to, the goal, I guess, is hopefully to be able to be the rhythm guitar player in my band at some point. Like, I can't do lead stuff yet. I'm not that talented at the guitar, but like, yeah, I'm learning how to do rhythm, learning bar chords. I'm learning power chords for the first time, stuff like that.
Well, and I guess there's a question there of like, do you even want to do the lead guitar part?
Not lead, in my band specifically, but I'm cool with being the rhythm. But if I ever got the skill to be lead, you know what I mean, someday, like just in my own, like if I'm able to shred some licks and all that, like I think that would just be like a personal goal for me. Like, it wouldn't be so much like I want to be the lead guitar player of a band. I think I'll always want to be a singer of a band. I've always imagined myself being the lead singer. It was my dream to be in a band. But that's, but it would be really cool to be able to shred like one of my favorite songs or something, like Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. That would be insane. If I can do that solo someday, you know what I mean? That's like so out of my ballpark, but if I could do that solo, like I've achieved what I wanted to on guitar,
I think there's a funny thing there in music that, like, I think you start off with certain goals, and then maybe, speaking from my experience, there were songs that were, like, outside of my ability range that I learned too early, and then I, like, got discouraged by them, put the thing down, got all grumpy about it, and then, eventually, you go back to playing frickin' Hey Ya or something. But then you get more comfortable, you revisit the song, a year later, and it's like, oh, now it's easy. Right? Like, have you had anything like that with your world, like with singing and stuff?
It's interesting because like singing has always been something for fun for me in that way. I've never like put pressure on it. So whenever I learn a song, it was always at my own leisure. It was just someone that I really like. I have to really like them. I'm able to memorize. If I really like them, I can memorize the lyrics almost instantly. But if like recently, like, you know, even for my band, there's certain songs that I have to learn that I've never heard before, which is fine. They're awesome songs, but it's a different thing that I'm used to. I've never had that structure before where I have to learn a song in a specific time for a performance kind of a thing.
Someone else is telling you to learn this particular song.
Yeah. Or like we've agreed upon the song,
Sure.
but like, you know, it's still something I have to learn, and yeah, it's like that. It's like it's an interesting dynamic that way. Like it changes it a little bit. It makes it harder for me sometimes to memorize a little bit. And I almost feel a little more pressure memorizing the songs that way. I feel like I have to get them perfect.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But when I was learning how to sing with just no pressure to it, like there was no pressure to it. Like I was just singing for fun. There was the performing aspect is different. You know, I'm still getting used to performing. So being on stage and like that idea, like you want to be not perfect, but like you don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
You know, on stage you want to make sure you know what you're doing, and you show that to others that you know what you're doing. So
Do you think approaching it casually and like growing slowly is the kind of healthy way to approach this, or is there something to having like the pressure and the like need to get it done?
I prefer the casual approach, you know. I prefer like, you know, just kind of learning it on my own leisure, and but with the pressure approach, it does get me to learn songs faster, I guess, in a way. Like, you know, or like I've learned more new songs than I ever have in this period of time being with my band than I've ever experimented before. Because honestly, I listen to sort of like the same music. I'm not really somebody that experiments too much with a lot of different things. I've been in sort of a bubble, so it's good to get out of that bubble for me. But yeah.
Well, and there's different levels of pressure to be like worried about, right? There's like your friend wanted to do this song at the open mic with you. Maybe I'll learn it, maybe I won't. Versus like, no, we're playing at the music festival tomorrow and we have to have this.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Somewhere in the middle, there's a happy level of pressure, I think.
Yeah.
For adequate motivation, let's say. Right?
I agree with that. Yeah. I know, my band's Section Overrun. I haven't actually said the name.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've been talking about my band. I'm like, maybe people don't know what my band is. We're Section Overrun.
Wait, are you in a band?
I'm in a band? What? I think so. I might even sing in it. Like, no, but yeah, so Section Overrun. Well, I think when I think about it, like, it's not like we have that where we have a show the next day and we're like, oh my God, we're straggling, and we have that much pressure. We do usually plan our shows where we have enough time in between, where we have a few practices to prep before. But still, like, this is where I've realized in myself it's a learning curve for me. Like, I'm used to singing for fun. And what have I done to sing for fun a lot? Go to karaoke. And what does karaoke do? Unfortunately, you have lyrics that are your age.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So this is a new curve for me. I have been able to memorize songs without lyrics. Don't get me wrong. I have my own originals, all these things. But, like, again, it takes me time to learn the songs, to memorize them. It takes me like a decent amount of time, like now, at least as I've gotten a little older too, like or at least with the pressure, like it feels like it takes me forever to learn a song. Like sometimes I'm like learning a song for 2 weeks, you know, making sure I get all the cues right, like making sure I got all the lyrics at least like right, you know, as best that I can. Yeah.
what are your thoughts on people who like just have an iPad or a phone in front of them while they're doing it?
Well, again, like I can't speak because I've like that's how I started. When I first started with my band, I had a phone aid on me, and it's not something I'm necessarily, I look back on the videos and I see that, and I'm like, my goal is to get out of that, right? Like if people have phone aids and stuff, like that's fine. I think for like open mic nights.
Yeah,
and,
I think it's an open mic thing,
you know,
but
open
not a
mic
show
nights,
thing.
But yeah, if you're doing a show on stage, you gotta have your stuff together. You gotta,
Well, like,
you gotta.
So I did
you gotta
one
dish the phone,
recently where, okay, I don't want to give away details or talk about who it was, but there was a piano, and the way they had it set up on the stage, there were 3 music stands in front of it, and I'm trying to do photos here, right? And it's like, this blocks any angle I could have had.
True.
Right? And like, music stands on stage, I get why sometimes you need it. I would like to not see it, right? I think that's a frustrating thing.
Fair. No, it's a good goal to work like towards not having. I
Right.
believe. Like the least amount you can use the aid, I think the more you're able to be in the performance.
Right. And it stops being like playing Guitar Hero live kind of feeling.
Yeah, or like you're kind of stuck to the stand at that point too.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You're not really, you're not fully in
You're
it
not
because
flowing.
you're like reading something, or you have something there that's aiding. And it's something I'm still working on too. And I've been able to do my past few shows and stuff, achieving this where I don't have any aids. The only aid that I have, which I'm still working on memorizing too, is like the set list.
But like, that's normal.
Yeah,
to see
that's
like
fair.
most shows, they'll have the piece of paper on the floor.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah, like
right?
well, a piece of paper on the floor. It's usually the set list. But yeah, like even right now, like I'll be doing a song later, and it's a song that I wrote 2 days ago. I don't have it memorized yet, so I'm gonna have to use my aid.
new.
Yeah, brand new. Don't even have a title for it, but yeah, so I'll have to use my aid until I use the aid, and then I'm at home practicing, and like I turn away from the aid, and like I practice like a few times without it as much as I can, and try to get the lyrics, best that I can. I think like I do have anxiety, and I think that sometimes stops me or like overwhelms me, or like I lose my confidence where I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna forget everything on stage. Like it's happened to me when I was a kid. Like I'll never forget this one time, like the whole of school classroom had to do this performance, and we each had an individual like moment of saying something in front of the whole school. Every kid got to say like a specific little thing on their own, and I remember it was my turn to go up, and I
Did you forget it?
Not forgot. Well, I didn't forget it, but like I had the most insane stage fright where I guess you could say I forgot it. Like, but I knew what I needed to say, but it was frozen in my mind.
I'm picturing that vine of the kid that and then we went to the store.
That was me, and like I'll never forget that. That's literally how I feel every time I go on stage. I'm like, please don't freeze up like that. Don't forget everything. Like I literally ran off the stage. Like I said nothing and ran. And I'm like, so I did. That was like I didn't even say ah. It was just like a silent movie. I was freaking out in my brain, and that was all. But yeah, so like I hope never to get to that point again. But
I don't
like
think that's gonna happen
that
again.
little person is still in me sometimes. Where like I still struggle. Like I have a show with my band Section Overrun at Cobrick Pride this Saturday, and we're gonna I've learned some new songs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like some of these songs, they're bangers, they're hits, everyone knows them, like I can't mess them up, like I gotta make sure everything goes well, I gotta make sure I know all the lyrics, like yeah, so I'm a little nervous about it, but I think it'll go okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about, Miss Mel?
I guess like, it would be good to like just kind of plug a little bit of the things that I have going on.
Right.
So with Section Overrun, like I said, we've got Coburg Pride coming up. We're playing at 11:15 to 12:30 p.m. So check it out if you're around Coburg. And then we're also playing at the Atria again on the 27th. Doors open at 8, I believe, and then we're starting the show at 9. So, or 9:30. It's gonna be around 9:30. We're starting the show. So just head up to the Atria and check us out there on the 27th. And then, yeah, we're just my band, like Section Overrun, we're focusing on writing music. So after these kind of 2 shows, we're going to sit down and try to finish our goal, which is trying to write an EP. And we would love to have an EP out by like January 2027. We don't know if that's going to happen yet, but that's our goal. So we're working towards that. We've got 3 songs recorded and pretty much done. The 2 are released, Ash and Amber and Poison in Disguise on all platforms. And then we are releasing another song, Hardwired, at some point. I, won't expose when that's yet. And yeah, so that's a mystery for Hardwired, but it will be coming out. It will be coming out at some point. And then, yeah, we're going to be working towards writing maybe 4 more songs to get them recorded, and then we'll have like a good 7 or so songs for an EP. It's our goal. And yeah, then like, what else have I been up to? Like Jackson, who was on the show last week, he's got his show coming up on the 25th at the Biltmore Theatre. And guess who's going to be singing a song that night, actually?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, not alone. I'm performing with Tunnel Vision. They're my friends, and they have asked me to perform a song with them. So I wrote a song specifically for this night, and we will be performing it together. I actually have band practice with them later on today.
Oh.
We're going to be practicing the song. I'm doing maybe not even just 1 song, maybe even 2. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, they're going to be opening the show. So I'm looking forward to that. That's really cool. I think the songs that we wrote sound really good. So that's just me, though. But yeah, so that's kind of what's come. Oh, and then obviously my solo act, too. I've got stuff coming up on July 3rd at the Royal Crown.
What are you pointing at?
The Royal Crown.
It's over there.
At the Royal Crown. I'm playing from 9 p.m. to 12 on July 3rd, and then July 16th, we've already mentioned it before, with the Crosswalk Entertainment at Biltmore. I'm going to be hosting and performing. It's from 7 to 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
And yeah, that's like the roster of things that I've got going on in terms of stuff that I'm doing. Oh, and with Tunnel Vision too, like I'm probably, again, like look forward to it. Like maybe I'll be collabing with them a little more often.
That's interesting.
From this point on.
Okay.
Like, check it out. Who knows? There's stuff going on. Yeah.
So, something you had mentioned here, because you're doing a show at Atria.
Yep.
You're like a real regular with that bar, aren't you?
I would say I'm there a lot. Yeah.
And like, well, I'm pointing it out because among the regulars, you're a pretty normal person.
Fair enough.
No, it just, I don't know where we're going with here, but like, because you've done shows in pretty much all of the Oshawa venues, if I'm not mistaken.
Not
like,
all
compare
of
and
them
contrast
yet.
the artist experience of playing in various places, right?
Yeah. No, I have. Like in Oshawa, yeah.
So, like, what's the good and the bad of kind of go down the list?
Like a places to perform?
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed performing at the Cork and Bean for a while there. Like it was a nice little run where I utilized it to help me practice. It gave me a lot of practice help because just got 3 hours of just myself and learning tunes and all that stuff, and it's really chill vibes there. So that gave me a little bit of an entryway, I would say, into the marketing of myself and like performing a little bit. Like that's where I started at Cork and Bean, honestly. And then I branched to performing at the local jam hosted by Brendan. Like those are awesome. Like, and I would perform there, or at the open mic with Emerson, like I'd perform there. And like, so it would start. and then I would try to get into the Biltmore. I think the first time I ever performed there wasn't like an official,
That
performance
was Dreams, right?
I don't think no, I never performed for Dreams. That would be cool though. That would be a goal.
Yeah, you did.
For Dreams?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, maybe.
Remember, it might have not been called Dreams, but there was something.
Oshawa Music Week? Like, because I did a lot for the school.
Right, but I remember they did like a jam session. There was like, Ted Peters was running it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. So yeah, there was an open mic they did, yeah. I didn't think of that as like a performance.
I think that was Dreams, no?
It was Dreams. No, you're right. So I just wasn't, yeah. So like totally, they threw on an open mic. And you were able to sort of sign up, or an open jam, not an open mic. It was like an open jam.
Yeah.
And so like you come up and just kind of jam, and like I didn't have anything but my whales. Like
yeah, I remember
like,
they were because they wanted to do a
that.
James Brown song, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know James. I do know James Brown, but I don't know James Brown songs.
You were just like,
I'm
can I just like ooh and ah?
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
I can't do I know James Brown, but I can't do his songs justice right now. I will not.
It went
know the
so
lyrics.
well that I remember it still, like a year and a half later.
No, thank you
right?
for
like,
mentioning that again. I forgot about it, like, as that was just sort of like a very impulsive thing that I did. I ran. So technically, that was the first time I ever performed on Biltmore, and then I did perform. Oh, it's all coming to me now.
Oh yeah.
For the punk rock flea market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1 year, and then I got to have like a little bit of time on the main stage there. So those are like the 2 times that I performed at Biltmore. Otherwise, honestly, other than
Have you done Snack Bar yet?
No, I haven't done the snack bar. I'm trying. That would be cool.
Cheryl, get her in.
I'm always down. And then, so those are really the only places that I've actually performed at with my solo act.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and what have you done like with the band? You've done here. You've done Atria.
Yeah, here, Atria. I honestly think those are the main 2 places that we've.
Have you not done like Toronto shows?
No, we haven't. We've done the 220 North. But other than that,
right, there was like a run where you did a couple weeks in a row there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, yeah. Or we did like some of the school events they brought us, because we were actually signed on contract by one of the school-run events.
Okay.
So we were on a contract for a year, so they were helping us plan some like shows, but it was all local for us. Like 3 of us are local. Like 3 of us live. Well, Bowmanville, Oshawa, and our other member does live in Brampton, so it was a little far for her to come. But we're mostly local, and we want to perform in Toronto. Again, I think it's just, I don't know if it's like for me, it's an unconfidence. I would want to have more originals. We have like 4 solid originals, I can say. We have a few more that we are that are done that we can polish up and work on, but it's not a big list of originals that we have yet, and I know that we can come up with more. So that's like our goal, right? So once we have a little bit more originals, I think I'd feel more comfortable, because I have a friend who is also offering us some show time, but he was like, "Are you guys able to perform for 3 hours straight?" And I don't think we're at that level yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we need to.
A lot of people never get to that level.
Well, it's a
right.
That's a big level.
Certain genres make that not exactly possible, I think.
Yeah, like if it's a 3-hour show, we would have to throw in some covers at this point.
Right.
Like if we were to do one. But yeah, no, I keep pushing, like, and eventually we will go into Toronto. That would be great. Even if we performed in Brampton, where our bassist lives, like that would be cool. That's why we're playing in Coburg. So I would say that's the first sort of out of town.
We're going on tour.
Yeah, it's the first out of town show that we've ever done. So that'll be good. And then it's just writing more songs. And I think once we have more songs, we'll book more shows. Once we get this EP sort of recorded and set and out, especially too when we're trying to pitch ourselves to venues, we don't have a lot of, like, we've got 2 songs now, which is great, but before we didn't have much.
Right.
So it was hard to sort of, like, if they're like, well, what do you guys got? And it's like, well, we have not much here, like, to show you. We have a lot, but we
No,
don't have
but like
much to
you're
show
selling
you.
yourself short and like doing covers though. Like I think a lot of venues would prefer cover bands over like a band that's doing all their own originals.
No, that's why we do a good mix of both, I
Right.
think, because like yeah, like we find like doing the bangers works for us. You know, it gets the crowd going, like, and then you know the originals that we have I think are good too. But yeah, so
I think you're just setting too high of a bar for entry at like we need 3 hours of original music before we can do any shows.
no, yeah, fair enough. I am a bit of what would you call it? I hate calling myself a perfectionist in that way, but yeah, like I do. I'm a hard self-critic on myself, so I definitely like yeah, I'm a little hard on myself in that way. So perhaps, you know, I don't doubt that my band can do it. We just have to work towards it. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and like for the love of God, don't do it before you're confident about
No,
it.
exactly. Yeah, like
right?
we want to
Like,
make sure. Yeah.
That's kind of the real key thing there is like, have you done enough shows where you know the next one is going to go well? And that you're not going to freeze up like a little baby standing on the stage.
And I think we're getting there now. Like we've been a band for about a year and a bit. A year, March, April, May, June. A year and 3 months
Okay.
now. And yeah, so like I think we're getting there. We're getting there in terms of getting comfortable with the covers that we've been doing, getting comfortable with our originals, getting comfortable being on stage together. Like it's all coming together better than when people saw us when we were first starting out, I think. You know. Yeah. I think we've come a long way since people first saw us. Like when we first started performing at the 222, for example,
Sure.
like to now, like we've made a lot of
Well, and that
progress.
kind of started as like just at that time it was 3 of you when you first
Well,
began,
actually, yeah, it started
right?
out as just Sky and Meg.
And you were just like all looking for people to jam with,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they added me on, and then we were like, all right, we're kind of like a band now. Let's form it. And we posted about needing a bassist, and we got a bassist, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, performing for a 4-piece band, all female band. Yeah, which is cool. It's like literally a dream. Like when talking back to my childhood, like I would have those shower concerts, and one of my shower concert
Shower
songs.
concerts?
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of my shower concert songs. Like if any singer knows, you know, singing in the shower is where it's at, right? So like one of my shower concerts was "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi. I'm like 12 years old, and I'm like imagining myself with a band singing that song, and you have no idea. Like it's weird how certain dreams can come to life. Like, you know, I'm not on stage with a million people watching, but I'm on stage
yet.
with a not yet. I'm on stage with a band, and we're performing "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi. And it's an all-female band, and I'm like, hell yeah! Like this is cool. This is something my little childhood self literally like fantasized about. I'm like, let's do this song, and like we're doing that song on Coburg Pride. You know, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, it's cool. Like I've been enjoying being in a band. It's the first band that I've ever been in, ever, and I've been enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, changing gears for a second,
Cool.
I want to hear about your experience of like going to shows and like separately from being a musician, right?
Yeah.
Because you go to a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, when did you start like going to concerts?
Yeah, like I'll be honest, I didn't go to a lot of concerts for a very long time. I only saw Avril Lavigne, Marianas Trench, and My Chemical Romance, like as the bigger concerts.
Well, like, okay, and difference between a concert
But
and
the
a show,
local shows,
right?
like, I'm at a lot, yeah. Well, as much as I can. Like, I work on Friday and Saturday nights, though, a lot, so sometimes I just can't make it out to the local shows, but whatever I can, like the songwriting, like every Sunday, the Sunday monthly songwriting open mic, like, love going to that at the Biltmore. If I can make it to punk nights, I've been to a few of those, or like at the Atria shows there, Biltmore shows, or like emo nights, whatever I can try to do. Like I'll try to put myself out in the community, and be there.
But like, where and when did that really start for you?
Start. Well, since I moved to Oshawa 3 years ago, I needed something to do here. And I think since moving here, well, I guess where it started would be when I took music business at Durham College. That's when I really started networking myself out in a music way. I've never before, not just karaoke nights at your local bar, like actually networking with people in the music industry and being seen as somebody in the music industry, even as a student when you were going to school. Like the teachers would try to like encourage, like, you guys are a part of the music industry now. Like, so I think it started there. And then I would go to places like here, the Atria a little more, because the Atria is like a place I've never been before. I moved to Oshawa. And I was like, I'm not sure if I should go. Like, it's because I wasn't sure if it had the music that I liked or whatever from what I heard. Like, I knew it was harder type of music. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's like...
Yeah, well, everyone talks about it like it's the metal bar.
Yeah, like more metal. I'm like,
but then,
I like metal,
the
but
best
it's not
shows I've ever seen have been in that bar.
Yeah, no, and then I let's just say I bit the bullet on any of the voices in my head, and I went, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of great local talent that comes there, or like even just the open mics and stuff, like the one that Jules is running now on Tuesdays, like from 7:30 to 10:30. That's really cool. Like, it's really chill there. It's a nice little vibe. Like, if you want to go to a very, like, you know, chill open mic, like, it's there. I like how the Atria is both chill in that way, and then like has those rockin' nights, you know. Like, it does have both sides, I think.
What's your best Atria story?
Oh my, I don't know. Like,
everyone's got one.
Yeah, I know. I have to think about that one. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that really...
That stays peachy.
Like, that, like, because the things that I'm thinking of are more like, oh, I hope these people are okay. Like, kind of like, I hope at the end of the day these people are all right. More kind of stories instead of, because I'm not really someone that goes in the drama. Like, I'm very good at staying away from the drama.
Right, but like the thing I love about that bar in particular is people watching, because there's so many strange characters that show up there.
Sure, that's a story in itself. Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, looking at like a few familiar faces or strange characters or...
Well, a lot of the strange characters have become familiar faces for me now.
No,
right?
That's fair, yeah.
Some of them are begrudging friends, let's say.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
Acquaintances, if you will.
Acquaintances. It's like, no, this guy just sits down next to me and talks, whatever.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about too there.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
But no, so out of like the other bands and artists that you've kind of come across in Oshawa and like have entered your network, who are some of the standouts and why for you?
Out of Oshawa?
Yeah.
Well, for different reasons, like, we got to play with them. I really liked how Blame Thrower sounds. We got to play with them a few times, and I think they were really nice people. So, like, I thought they sounded good, and, like, they seem really tight. I don't know if they're from Oshawa, though, I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They are? Okay, thank God. Because I thought so. But, yeah, so I really liked them. I do have to shout out to the Life of Exile, because I think that they have been doing really well for, you know, themselves. Like, they've been doing a lot of cool shows. You know, every time I see them on my social page, like, yeah, like, I'm like, wow, I'm really impressed by all the gigs that they're doing and stuff. So they've impressed me. Those are two that I can think of right now.
Okay.
Yeah. There are definitely more, but I sometimes don't know the names yet of a lot of the people that I like. That's the problem with me.
I see.
I don't always know the names, and I should, or it would, you know, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That's me too. Well,
You
since
know.
starting the podcast, right, I run into a bunch of people who have seen me from this for one reason or another, and like they figure out who I am, but I have no clue who you are.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I'm still getting used to it, running into people on the street that recognize me, right? Which, has its ups and downs, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Exactly. Fair.
What else you want to get into here, Mel?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. I've like talked about music. We've talked. Yeah, what are we doing on time?
We're good.
Cool.
A few more minutes here, and then we'll get into music, I think.
Okay, like singing. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about here. Talked about a lot of my music stuff. I don't really talk about much more. Like I do actually, aside from doing music stuff, I do like doodling. I like doing like art.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm not much. I wouldn't, you know. My confidence is so shaky. It's not the best. You know, when you're on camera, you're supposed to show like your confidence and stuff. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I don't do that.
I don't either. Like I'm like, all right, well, here's where
Look, she's got her confident
unconfident.
arms
Here's
up.
where I'm unconfident. No, so yeah, like I do doodle. It's something that I wish that I was like Picasso or like freaking Van Gogh. Like I wish that I can just pick up a paintbrush and like and everything is just beautiful. But it really takes me a long time to make anything slightly look slightly okay, in my opinion. And again, maybe that's my hard perfectionism brain. I look at my art and I'm like, well, that's crap. But like, you know, but then like, you know, you go into the philosophy, like what's crap? Like,
Well,
you know, like, oh,
Have you heard the term imposter syndrome?
no, I have. Yeah. And like, I never associated myself with it before actually performing and being like, okay, I guess if it's real, I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at first I wasn't sure if it was just one of those other terms that was just thrown out on social media.
No, I think it's a universal part
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
the human condition.
Yeah, no,
Just like
but it's
the feeling of like watching someone else do something feels completely different than doing it yourself.
yeah. No,
Right, like-
I definitely feel that.
No, you've been absolutely crushing it. You've done more shows than pretty much anyone I know.
Cool.
Like, you're a really great singer. Your band is going somewhere.
Thank
Like,
you.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. You're being cool. You're being cool, Missy.
I'm being cool, Missy. It's true. Thanks,
All right.
Steve. This has been a good time.
Yeah, let's sign off there.
Sign off.
Some days I'm so sick of myself. I want to go away. Some days I'm too tired to beg for help. So I sit